What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. Welcome back to another video. Now, the crypto market right now is kind of boring, right? It's not necessarily at a major loss, but it's not at a major gain either. So it's kind of in the middle, and things are a little bit boring where we're not seeing much action. So that brings me to this question that I've been seeing that's out there. Are you a part of the XRP Rich List? I've seen it in different articles where they've mentioned this, and honestly, I just looked at it as a top holder, but apparently this is the rich list of who is going to be insanely wealthy as XRP continues to thrive and gets to higher and higher levels. Are you a part of the top 10% of XRP holders? And I think that is a valid question, and I think I've already gone through, I think, the top 1%. But I think to look at it at a little bit of a broader scale, look at it a little bit wider, where you see not only the top 1%, but 2, 3, 4, 5, and 10%. When you think about it, in anything that you hold, you would think there's no way that I'm in the top 10%. But there's a reality here to where you could be a top 10% XRP holder. So we're going to talk about that within this video. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out any of the links for Patreon, for Twitter, that is down below. And if you guys want to check out my link for BTCC, feel free to check it out. It is a platform that can offer you a little bit. As you use my link down below, you'll get an extra bonus, right? You'll get a 10% deposit bonus when you use my link, up to $10,055 worth of extra bonuses, as well as 40% lower trading fees when you specifically use my link. Also, you can trade up to 300 plus cryptos. You can trade up to a 500x leverage, and you don't have to worry about VPN or KYC that is necessary there. So feel free to check it out. Link is down there in the description, at the top of the description for this platform. Now, again, I've talked about XRP a lot, right? And a lot of people know how much I hold. And I don't want to mention exactly how much I hold, but I will say that I am within that top 10% that's there. When we look at XRP and where it stands right now, XRP currently stands at a $2.11 price. It is slightly down by about 1%. We're seeing $123 billion market cap with $2.4 billion worth of volume. The volume to market cap ratio is around 2%. 58.5 billion coins in supply, while you have the rest that is sitting in escrow, or the small amount that has been burned off, the small number of millions that has been burned off and is just never going to enter the circulation again. Now, where XRP has been over the last 7 days, it's down by 7%. In the last month, it's up by 2%. In the last year, it's still up by 300%. Now, seeing these low levels, there was so much opportunity, right? So much opportunity to be able to grab as much as you can. We were talking about it throughout this entire time. Throughout the last few years, we've been mentioning it, and I think many people have been able to gather a lot of XRP. There was even a time to where it was multiple days in my live streams to where I would give away XRP. There were days where I gave away 1,000 XRP. And total in that day, I think I gave away like 2,000, 3,000 XRP. So I was just giving away XRP that now is worth thousands of dollars, and in the future could be worth tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe even millions, depending on different levels that it gets to. So I'm excited for all the people that were able to take advantage of that opportunity and winning those giveaways and all that stuff there. But obviously XRP is a lot more expensive now, and I do have the amount that I'm looking to hold. Now, with what you're holding, do you see yourself as a wealthy XRP holder, right? Maybe future wealthy XRP holder. Are you a part of that rich list? Well, this is where this little article comes into play, right? So XRP Rich List, how much XRP puts you in the top 10%? The post XRP XRP Rich List, how much XRP puts you in the top 10%. appeared on first on Coinpedia. I believe that's where I did see it first, but I thought this was a little bit shortened. XRP is one of the most talked about cryptocurrencies, but few people understand the small how small its true holder base is. Even though there are 6.4 million XRP wallets, that does not mean that there are 6.4 million people holding XRP. Many users, especially experienced ones, hold multiple wallets for different purposes like trading, storage, and security. That would be me as well. I have two wallets, which technically can fall under whether it is or they are a part of the rich list or not, right? In fact, a large number of these wallets are inactive, unfunded, or belong to exchanges like Binance or Uphold. Others may contain a small amount of XRP, often referred to as dust wallets. Based on blockchain data and AI analysis, it is estimated that only about 30 to 40% of these wallets are actually used by individual holders. As explained by Farina, so Endo Farina, this means that the real number of people who hold XRP is much smaller. They're somewhere between 1.5 to 2 million worldwide. That's less than 0.03% of the global population. To put it simply, fewer than one in every 4,000 people on the planet currently hold XRP. How much XRP do you need to be considered a top holder? According to the latest data, owning just 2,500 XRP places you in the top 10% of all XRP wallets. At current price markets, that's about $5,000, while it's no longer as easy as it once was. It's still an amount within reach for many investors. There's a common belief that XRP will ever reach high values, say $1,000. The elites or governments won't allow regular people to profit. But when you look at the numbers, the situation is quite different. Even if 2.5 million wallets each held 250 XRP, and XRP hits $1,000, each person would make $250,000. That's a great return, but not enough to disrupt global financial systems or draw serious attention from regulators. And realistically, most people are unlikely to hold XRP until it reaches those prices. Many will cash out early, $10, $50, $100. And that's very, very true, right? I've said this time and time again. I think if you want to profit the most that you can and you want to be comfortable with what you're doing, it's great to create an exit plan, which I do offer an exit plan spreadsheet over on my Patreon. So if you want to get that, feel free to let me know. Reach out to me over there and I can get you that. But you can build that and say sell some at 10, sell some at 50, sell some at 100, and sell most of it at 1,000 or whatever, right? That's kind of what my plan is. I have a forever balance that's sitting over in my Ledger wallet that I don't plan to touch within these ranges, where I think it's more than realistic to get to, whether it's 10 to 20 to 100 or even to 2 and 300, right? But then when you start to reach to some of those higher levels where you may have a lot of skepticism that's out there, that's where you have the forever amounts that's sitting over there. So in both of my wallets, technically, if the rich list starts, or the rich list at the top 10% starts at 2,500 XRP, technically I have two wallets that's within that rich list, within that 10%. Now, obviously, the larger wallet that I do have is a higher tier, but still, I'm able to benefit from those as time goes on. So I want to know, with this all being said, with that having 2,500 XRP being the start at that 10%, have you hit that level, or are you way past that level? The good thing is that a lot of people that have followed me from where I've talked about XRP in the beginning and how much I believed in XRP, invested in XRP at 50 cents. So you getting 2,000 and you're getting 1,000 of it at 50 cents would be $500. getting 3,000 of it would be $1,500. So it wouldn't cost you that $5,000 that it would cost now to get 2,500 XRP. It would have costed you maybe a couple of thousands of dollars to get to those levels or even beyond. So I want to know where you guys stand. Are you within that rich list? Are you planning on holding to certain levels? Let me know in the comment section below. But this was very, very interesting. I've seen this article in different places. I've seen it on Twitter, and I'm just like, I got to comment on this. You know, being in the top 10% is amazing. And the only way you can really get there is by being early and being a believer within it. Not just being early and just saying, oh, I'm going to profit whenever it goes up, because once it goes from 50 cents to $1, you profit, you're happy, you leave, right? But if you are being in it for the long haul, where you believe in what XRP can be, and you believe in the different things XRP is going to be used for, that's a whole different story. And it means a lot more to you and to every investor and to even Ripple and, you know, anybody who's an XRP believer, right? So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.